It's visible through like a yellow panel. We'll find out when someone's gonna play her. Yeah, Minstrel's gonna play her.
Alright. Pretty cool, actually. You can fly around with spec mode and go right up into the mountains. Getting some scenery.
Yeah, it's actually fun.
I'm just gonna experiment a little bit here and take quite a top-down perspective. We're gonna pretend we're watching a MOBA here for a little while. See what happens.
Alright. I'll be doing first-person views. I'm going to be watching offensive d.va to see how often she uses her flying ability to actually take out Hanzos and Widowmakers and Pharahs and what have you that are terrorizing from above, because I think that's a role she's going to try to replicate, is Winston's mobility there.
Alright, we're going live. It's another payload objective here to start off. And we'll see how both teams set up early on. We are seeing a bit more of a balanced hero lineup here. A little less trolly this time. They might actually be trying.
Yeah. The d.va that I'm watching is being played by Minstrel. He does actually fly up to the top left building as soon as he can to try and pick people off. It looks like the defense still has everybody up. They're going with 2 Mei on defense and 3 Genji right now, so still trying large numbers of new characters to see if it might be overpowered or not.
I gotta say, I do love the combo of Pharah and Mercy, because they can just both fly around together. It's really cool. We were seeing that a little bit. We probably will see that Mercy fly up there again as soon as Omnida needs it. There she goes. Taking a nice push and a nice position up on the roof here. Clamp and his support as they continue to move up. Clamp in a position where he could potentially drop some walls and protect his team. Let's see if we do see an ice wall get dropped here. And Omnida has done a good job of staying alive, just backing out when he needs to. Their Carnage jumps forward though and gets the kill. Omnida does go down.
I've been watching Minstrel get frozen actually by a defensive Mei, but also we got to see the entire sequence of blowing up the mech, jumping out, and then building ultimate meter back up to 100%, then climbing back in the mech. Now she has ult again, so with only one blue character here, she's probably not going to be using it just yet. Her team has regained control of the payload, this offensive d.va, but she could use it here in this building. She's got a couple of targets. It looks like she's going to instead... Oh yeah, she does pop the ult. She's running away now. Did it actually blow up and kill anything? It doesn't look like it. No, actually, her HP was drained. I see. Man, it is really hard to tell what's going on.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult. We're trying our best.
When she jumps out of the mech, it's the same animation, but you don't hear her yell anything. So her mech just died instead of exploding.
No one can hide.
Yeah, Zenyatta ult popped. Not too impactful though. One thing I'd call out is this blue team has been relatively disjointed so far, as they keep dying and not really sticking together all too well. And oh, I thought that was a d.va ult.
Here's the d.va ult. Big explosion.
Oh my goodness! You can really get a good tell of how big that explosion is from this aerial point of view that I've taken right here. And man, that explosion is absolutely massive. If you're not behind a wall, you're not behind cover, you're just gonna die. That's my best advice. Just get behind a wall and you should be okay, is what I've noticed so far.
So I'm watching offensive Mei now being played by Clamp. Is it Clamp or just Clamp?
You can just call him Clamp.
Okay, good. So offensive Mei here trying to freeze down the defensive Mei, who has Orb of Discord on her. There she pops the defensive Ice Block. Mei just reloads. She has her ultimate ready, so we're going to watch for her trying to toss out that Snowstorm ult. She pops Ice Block as well, gets some heals back. And yeah, that ultimate earlier, the d.va suit blowing up, was actually just a huge choke point clear there for the attacking team.
Objective still moving along nicely. 5 minutes to go to get on to the next checkpoint. If you are new to the game, the more people you have standing next to the objective, the quicker it moves. So you definitely want to get 1 or 2 people on it at all times. But blue team finally showing some good signs of cohesion and pushing the red team back. That said, red team is still plenty much alive, and the tank d.va is being healed from very far away as well. d.va now facing off against a few players. It's a 2-on-2 inside. It looks like the blue team is coming out on top though. Clock getting a couple freezes. Going for the kill. Does not get the kill. Omnida replying here. Omnida replying with 2. Will it be a 3rd? There's the ult dropped here by what's this guy? Oh, Zenyatta. That's right. Actually saving Omnida.
Yeah, good sequence of events there. Slasher now attacking in as Genji with the rest of his team. I see Zenyatta providing orbs for everybody to mark targets and keep everyone healed up. d.va taking off after him, and now the payload is pushed again. That choke has been cleared. It looks like the defensive squad with mostly damage dealers is not doing as well as the defensive squad with mostly divas, just for those playing along at home.
Flying all around. Healer is able to jump up to any character in a distance. If you have line of sight of a friendly teammate, Mercy can get to you in basically no time at all, and that recharges every 3 seconds. So Mercy actually incredibly mobile if you're adept and game sense is good. And I keep coming back to Omnida as someone that's just doing tons of damage and managing not to die. Right now it looks like he's totally outnumbered, but that mobility is allowing him to stay alive and dodge around quite a lot.
Yeah, I'm watching him now as well as Farah, using the E projectile to bounce people away, but then getting taken out by that huge explosion. I'm not even sure what happened there, since no one on the defensive side is even playing d.va. What was that explosion even about?
That was a d.va. I don't know.
Oh, is there friendly fire?
d.va. No, I don't think so.
Okay, maybe it was just coincidental timing.
Yeah, it must have been.
Okay, so yeah, still on offense, Farah and everybody are back in the fray. They have 3 ultimates available, including that Mercy Res. Big Bad Brad on Zenyatta was on fire until just now, but Carnage, enemy Genji, defending that payload very well there, using his ultimate now.
Arc's raining down ice bolts from the top. May's ability actually does do quite a lot of damage if you're able to hit it correctly. It does move rather slowly though, so it's hard to use. But once you do hit, you do a lot of damage. Minstrel knows it, he's feeling it. And Omnida decides to claim the higher ground, and his team is very close to getting to this next choke point. Only 2 minutes left, but it looks like they will be able to get there. There's the Mei ult dropped right on the objective though, so he's slowing down the objective for the time that Mei's ult is there. There's another Mei ult dropped right after, and that's actually for the red team though this time. So red team is a 2-on-3, 2-on-4, but Omnida drops his ult now, taking out one, maybe taking out a second. There's the d.va ult. So
d.va suit explodes.
The payload will continue to move here.
That was a crazy fight with lots of ultimates going off. Big chain reaction there with ending in d.va's suit going off, but now the payload is stalled out just in front of this checkpoint. This is the last checkpoint that the offense needs to get before they actually complete the mission. They get this last checkpoint, they get a couple minutes added on, and then they go inside this factory here, but the blue team is now pushed up all the way with Mei. There's an ice wall going off. We are watching Amida now on offense. Genji now dashing through the air, trying to get behind Farah as well. Mei's getting damage amped with her freeze ray, and Amida's doing a good job staying away from that. d.va, Minstrel jumping up now to try and deal with Genji. Let's take his point of view. And he's getting healed up by Mercy.
Higher ground the red team has, so at least in a good position. It feels like this round, the turn in the road here. It seems to be difficult for the red team to get by, but they finally are starting to move forward. The Zenyatta ult is dropped, so plenty of health being distributed to his team. It's a good time to move forward, and also trying to do area of effect damage here to push people away. That's very effective, and it will allow them to push forward and get to this checkpoint. Have they gotten it? They're like a pixel away.
They are basically sitting right on it.
Though. They're sitting right on it, but it's only 25 seconds left, and almost the entire team has died. Amida is the only one left, and now he goes down as well, so this next push is already going to be gimped before it begins. It's only 4 to get there, and 15 seconds left. Will they be able to do it? They just need to tap it forward, really. That's all they need.
Here we go.
Come into play for the red team.
d.va actually jumps in first to try and tank the majority of the damage. She is actually still standing. I see an ultimate coming in from Slasher now. And he is going to try and chop up those Meis. They have Orb of Discord on them, but Slasher actually gets frozen, switching back to Minstrel now. And she's going to fly away from the payload, needs to get back on it. There are 2 Meis still standing.
Oh, in overtime, we get to the check point.
Mei is still up after losing her suit. She just needs to keep touching that payload. There's 2 minutes now. The checkpoint has been met, so they only have to get into this building and around a hook around to the left, almost like a question mark. Mei does have her ultimate, so she's going to hop right back in. Or sorry, d.va has her ultimate, so she'll hop right back in her med suit. And she still has the explosion ultimate ready from the last time she was in her suit. That's crazy that it retains your ultimate. She doesn't have to build it again or anything, so she can just immediately blow it up as soon as she gets a good opportunity. Mei is going to get damage amped again and freeze d.va down, so she's going to probably need to back up and join the rest of her team.
Alright, this is, in my experience, this round, this turn right here, to get up to the final resting place, it can be tricky. The defense can set up quite well on the high ground here, but it does look like the red team is okay for now. Heavy flank is 3 blue players coming from the side, trying to flank and get some long-range kills. They haven't really committed just yet, though, and it looks like they're actually getting taken down, so red team getting a couple solo kills here. They're up 5, all players to 4, it looks like.
Minstrel just killed Mercy.
To 4.
Minstrel had his own pocket Mercy, and they chased Mercy down through the bottom of the halls there. The mech suit explosion is ready once again for Minstrel, and that payload's pushing. There's the D.va suit about to go off. He takes a good sprint there to get out of line of sight and hops right back into the mech suit. This is the same we were talking about last round, where D.va can literally just stay alive so long. Minstrel did a great job this whole game on D.va, and Amida, as you were spectating most of the time, Farah just dished out so much damage throughout the course of that game. It was insane. The defense needed another tank and not multiple Genjis and Meis. I think Mei, even as good as she is freezing people, she still dies from range pretty easily.
Alright, what's it gonna be here? Is it gonna be another ult? D.va ult? Perhaps? Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah, but the time, so much happened during the play of the game that the time ran out. Alright, I will BRB while we set up the next round. I agree, Zanzaben, but then I can't see who's dead or who has ultimates, so I'll try to pull it away from time to time.
Prepare to attack.
Alright guys, appreciate you coming by the stream. We're watching the defensive team set up now, being played by Amida, Frodo Dabbins, Big Bad Brad, Clamp OK, Slasher, and Minstrel, a mixture of FPS pros.
Alright, let's do this.
Alright, here we are on Dorado. I'm watching Mei on defense here, Clamp OK, getting a feel for this character, played him a couple rounds now, dueling with an enemy Mei. The hang on Mei is pushing the payload now.
Alright, defensive ice wall there. Just not letting folks go through it real easily.
That was cool.
I'm watching to hang a little bit here. Staying next to the objective, nothing all too much happening here. This is Mei's ability that allows her to heal and be invincible and vulnerable for a second there. I'm going to jump back into third-person mode.
Yep, good old Ice Block is an ability that's been in lots of Blizzard games in the past. I see we're now on Carnage attacking team. He gets frozen by and defending Mei, and she gets out of there, drops the ice wall behind her so that Genji can't pursue. Now he does get an angle on her, tossing those shuriken as quick as he can. Another ice wall. Wow, the cooldown is pretty low on that, actually, and the defending side doesn't have any duplicate characters like we've seen in the last few rounds.
Alright, so if you look at the defenders' positions, they're very much favoring these high ground positions. And Amida does drop the fair ult, which is always risky. It makes you a sitting duck but with heals right on his back, he seemed to be able to survive it somehow, some way, and raining down rockets from above.
Offense with 2 Genjis, but they actually seem to be dying pretty frequently. Only 1 Genji on defense, and he's actually sustained for a little bit. You can see now, in my view, Carnage dashing around through the tunnels. He's going to try and get behind these defenders, but the payload right now is just not really doing much of anything. There's no tank really pushing the action. d.va is just constantly in and out of her suit, getting harassed.
Well, I'm liking this coordinated push, though. Red team pushing in from 3 angles at once. Trying to game... Actually not going for the high ground, though, so we still have that d.va and a Mercy right on that d.va in such a good position. And the blue team, the defending team here, seems rather unshaken by this so far.
Yeah, blue team's doing a great job. I just watched d.va hop up on the attacking team up to the roof to try and deal with that Pharah. It looks like he did manage to chase her away as his team respawned. She was getting pretty low. There's the d.va ult blowing up the suit now. We'll see if she can get any damage done. The enemy d.va loses her suit, so she's going to be running around exposed. We've got Clock now hopping into his suit, leaping at Pharah, taking out that Pharah before her ultimate can even finish. Mercy now at the Orb of Discord. I think Red has finally mounted an offense here.
Yeah, seems to be working out this time. However, we'll see how it works around this next choke point. This is quite a tight choke. You can, of course, go up and around the side, but you do need to be next to the objective to move it forward. All right, the payload does continue to move, and it will be a fight around the fountain. We're seeing ice shields get dropped constantly. That's 3 happening right there, right at once, and it's a good defensive explosion there, so pushing the offensive team off of the payload for a moment there.
Man.
None of them died though, so they're still alive and well. Who's their healer? Let's see, they do have as their Zenyatta.
Yeah, Industrial got killed. His HP pool is pretty low, so if he doesn't have constant babysitter like a nice tank, d.va was off trying to pick people off in the back line, so if Zenyatta doesn't have that shield available from Zarya, Winston, or Reinhardt, Zenyatta just dies super fast. Orb of Discord is such a threat, they take him out as quick as they see him.
And again, the red team, if you do take a look at my position, you're seeing that the team is very far spread apart. Once you die in this game, it takes a very long time to get back and rejoin the action with your teammates. So in a lot of cases, if 2 of your teammates die, you might want to just like hold back and wait for them to spawn and push in together, because if you push in without them and then you die, you're just kind of in this endless cycle of never having your full team together. And that's almost what we're seeing right now. Again, so spread apart. Not really pushing together is the offense.
Yeah, they got 1 mounted offense to get through that underpass choke point, and now they've just started to get flattened again. I have to say it once again, d.va just going around the side trying to pick people off in the back is not allowing them to move forward, while there's a d.va on the other side just staying, you know, drilling the payload as they approach.
That d.va ult on this map is so pretty. Stuff just goes flying in every direction.
Yeah, pinatas explode,
environments.
candy goes flying, it's great.
Incredible.
So I'm watching Relic now on offense. He's been playing Genji here, and he's still just drilling everybody as they come through, coming back from spawn on defense. There's d.va now. He managed to block those projectiles, so Genji, once he hits E, he pulls out his sword, and you can either toss shurikens instantly or you can deflect incoming projectiles. So Genji has a little bit of a defensive option that he popped perfectly against d.va there.
Oh yes, reflecting enemy fire with Genji is so very satisfying. It really is.
Yeah, there's a lot in this
game. Relic
game.
is the flanker at this point, but Omnidot knows where he's at, so Relic is just going to try to play sneaky, using the dash to get out of that situation. Now Relic will probably be looking to come from behind and get some sort of back rage here. We'll let him set that up in just a second.
Okay.
The payload has been stuck for quite some time. 2 minutes and 22 seconds, though, left on the clock, so plenty of time to get this thing moving.
Yeah, their next checkpoint is actually dead ahead. Carnage whips out his dragon sword and starts going crazy on the defenders. He's just attacking anything blue that he can find. He's actually leaping up into the sky to take out Pharah, but he doesn't manage to do so because the Lucio ult was just timed too well for the defensive side, and now the defense is just right back to 100% guarding that payload.
Oh, there you go. May on May action, and the red team again has got to sync up a little bit. It's 3 people coming in all at once. Nice use of the defensive abilities there by d.va, but Carnage has been pushed out There goes the reflect. Carnage versus it's a mid-air battle between a Genji and a Pharah. I didn't think I'd be seeing that. They kill each other. Pretty awesome stuff there.
There was a Mei on the defensive side helping. But yeah, they both flop there. I switched to him right as that happened. I'm going to go ahead and watch defensive Mei because I was watching Clampo K, and he dropped just a sick Blizzard snowstorm there to freeze 3 different enemies near the payload, but the payload has not really moved much in the last full minute. Defensive side definitely has a handle on this at the moment.
Yeah, and that Zarya ult coming into play for the defense there, it's usually something that in my mind is more of an offensive ult. But also obviously could come in handy for defense. And red team is just getting funneled out of their spawn point, and there's just so much damage being done right here at
d.va
the spawn.
ult coming in. Here it comes.
Flying above as well. That's a nicely placed ult that should push the defenders back.
Killed d.va.
No one is killed.
d.va killed herself in that explosion, but no one on the blue team actually went down. So red team probably gonna stall out here.
And I'm already taking notes for what we need to see in this spectator mode in the future,
definitely.
Because yeah, we need to send Blizzard some feedback because it's really hard to tell who's doing what and why.
Yeah, I think you're actually, you're on the right track there, watching Amida getting damage ambushed by Mercy whenever there is one. Pharah's always just a great defensive character to watch, trying to hit direct shots on the back line. I've been watching d.va and Mei mostly because Mei tossing out those snowstorm ults, that's really been the reason defense, I think, has been able to stall so well, and the fact that Minstrel on d.va on defense has been staying with the payload, while the offensive d.va just kept trying to go around the side, kept trying to get picks instead, and d.va does not do enough damage to just assassinate people like that.